Hello, I'm Paul-E-Tics, and I'm running for mayor of Los Angeles on the Vote for Love platform. Now, as part of my loving campaign, we're doing a series about what I love about the other mayoral candidates called Getting Candid with the Candidates over coffee. Today, I'm here in City Hall to meet with David Zuma Dogg Saltsburg. Now, this guy is a wild man. He's a performer, a musician, and an activist. He's been haunting City Hall for over a decade to make LA a better place for everyone. In fact, he's addressing City Council right now. So let's go in, hear what he has to say, and afterwards, have a chat with him.
Okay, now we have Homeless Count Week coming up. And I want to say we're going to need a lot of people for Homeless Count Week. We have a proliferation of homelessness on the streets, and it's becoming nationwide discussion. Zuma Dogg for mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Dogg.
So, Mr. Zuma Dogg, wonderful stuff in City Hall there today. You're so passionate. From what I can see, and I've been studying you, I may be your new biggest fan.
Thank you.
I mean, really, I love what you're doing. I love all your videos. I love the music, all of it. It's amazing. You're the wild man of City Council. What got you started doing this?
I was a performer at Venice Beach, and the City Council passed an ordinance that said I couldn't amplify on the beach anymore, not just me, but anybody. So I had to come to protest, and I thought it'd be a one-time event, but then I had to keep coming back and coming back. So, I didn't choose to decide to get into politics because I wanted to be doing good or anything, not at all. It was furthest thing from my mind, but once you get bit and you have to fight for your rights.
How does that then leapfrog into you being a fixture in City Hall for 10 years?
Help! Okay, seriously, no, this is madness, but no, what happened, so I was coming over and over again about the Venice Beach issue, so people would start to say, well, gee, Zuma Dogg, we got problems at LAUSD. Gee, Zuma Dogg, they're kicking out people illegally, and my grandma's getting kicked out of her only place to live, and don't you care about that? And, I was fascinated by it. I didn't know that I had this in me, but I did become fascinated by these stories, and, it bugged me, and so I basically couldn't help myself, and so I went back and back and back, and it's very much like the Bill Murray Scrooge version.
Scrooge, I love that movie.
And the community, when I started coming to the meetings, because they were taking it so seriously what I was doing, I honored that spirit, and it very much became a Groundhog's Day. I'm like two Bill Murray movies in one, Groundhog's Day and Scrooge.
Well, you got me, because I'm a huge Bill Murray fan, so I'm just going to sit there with some popcorn.
And I just want to say, I love Paul so much, his spirit and his style, and for me to do this, I'm running for mayor, he's running for mayor, but no, this is a great opportunity because we're here to raise awareness. We chose to get on the ballot, and there is no competition, only love, and Paul-E-Tics.
Cheers to that, baby. It takes some guts to stand up and do this. This is not an easy process, and you have to have respect for anybody who wants to get involved to try and become a leader. But the more we can respect everyone who is trying to be out there making a change, the better off we'll be.
Yes, Paul, and I really want to point to you as well, because I've been doing this for 10 years, and people know I do this, but you're choosing to do it. To get on the ballot, that takes an effort, and I heard what you had to say, and you're coming from great heart, and you're doing it for all the right reasons, and so I love it. I love this guy.
Well, we're not here to talk about me. I want to get back to you because I got a lot of love for you and everything you're doing. So, okay, so here's something I've noticed. Some of the people, you go into the city council meeting, and some of these people love you and they know you forever, and other people, they see you, this Zuma Dogg's coming.
Well, I think at the end of the day, I'm very cordial and friendly with the council members and the police that protect the meetings and everything, but I think it's maybe more of a, oh shoot, he's here. Darn, I got an agenda item up there today, and now he's here. Oh no, can we move it till the next time?
So you're the watchdog?
Yes, with 2 G's, D-O-double-G. Yeah.
Okay, Zuma Dogg, where did that come from?
I wanted to come up with something fun. I was going on the Howard Stern show as an appearance, and I wanted to come up with a character. So Zuma Dogg, because I was living in Malibu by Zuma Beach. So you had Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg. Yeah, Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg down in Long Beach. Yeah, you got Zuma Dogg and Zuma representing all the game, y'all.
I want to get personal with you. I know you have your trademark look just like I have mine, but I'd love to look you in the eyes. Would you mind just for this?
Paul, just to show how much I care about you and your candidacy. Good evening, everybody. My name's Zuma Dogg. I'm ready for mayor of Los Angeles. But now I got the Zuma Dogg. How do I look?
You look great.
It's like asking Spider-Man to take off the thing, and now there's Peter Parker. Well,
Well, it's good to meet you, Peter.
Paul, so what's going on? I feel more comfortable. All the upscale people around the community. Oh, he's such a nice-looking young man. Oh, I could vote for somebody like that.
There you go.
So thank you.
Yeah, so now we got both sides of the dog.
Perfect.
Which is great. So it's a big leap to go from working in city council, not even in city council, but coming and being a part of these meetings and trying to make change, to deciding to run for mayor. And this is not your first time running for mayor.
Well, I wanted to walk away from all this, but as the opportunity came around, I do have 10 years invested in the inner workings of City Hall and all the people I've met. And yeah, I just had to say, instead of sitting around the beach doing nothing like a bum, you know, time to honor it. And the other thing is, if I don't do it, I'm just thinking about it anyway, and I'm all upset about it anyway. So it's almost better because I have the platform to channel the energy, and then I get to see the people, you know, be out and meet people and meet you and all that we're doing. So, you know, I got to roll with it, bro, even though I really don't want.
But do you want to be mayor?
I would love to be mayor, yes.
Do you think you have a chance?
Listen, of course I do, actually, if you believe it or not, because taking you out of the equation, who else is there with name recognition? We had a guy, Austin Butner, who ran 4 years ago. He was a billionaire. He had some name recognition here within the city. He was doing all types of forums and things. He's like, you know what? I'm dropping out because you can't, I'm at 1% name recognition, you know, and he's a billionaire. So for that alternative candidate, Zuma, baby! And here's the thing that they don't account for. Now they're going to pretend I'm not running and like not mention it on the radio and in the news, and they go, oh, Eric Garcetti, only one guy with $250,000 running and making it all about money. But people know me for 10 years, and when they get to the ballot, they see my name, and it doesn't matter who they think they might be voting for. They'll be, oh, Zuma Dogg's other, yeah, Zuma Dogg, boom. Yeah, I'm gonna be the next mayor. Then I'll be in the runoff. Then they'll see how shady Eric is. Then I'm gonna get the backing. Then I'll be the mayor. You're gonna see, yeah.
With less than 20% of LA showing up to vote, how much does the name recognition, even for Garcetti, matter? Like, shouldn't we be going after that 80% and more of people who aren't planning on voting anyway?
We could raise awareness and try to get all those people to go out and vote, and that's what we're doing, yeah.
Because I think you and I both will be appealing to people. I personally, I'm not going after a single one of Eric Garcetti's votes. I say, keep your votes. I'm going after the people who aren't going to be.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to switch Eric voters
No,
because if they like him, obviously, like you said, younger voters. Yeah, Eric's known in like political arena.
Exactly.
But his name recognition is not that big in the city. I bet not many people know the name of the mayor.
I've been on the streets for the last several days asking them that exact question. Do you know who the mayor of LA is? Nobody has said Eric Garcetti.
They probably still say Villaraigosa.
Maybe one or two. Yes, Villaraigosa,
See,
one or two.
The thing about Eric, he's doing everything under the radar. He's not doing much, and he's just hoping that the general public doesn't go out to vote that we need to reach, so that he can send all his union members and all of the people he's given favors to go out there.
Well, as you know, like I say, my campaign is only speaking about positive things, and I think Eric is a wonderful man and has done many wonderful things. But, you know, again, my whole idea is about shifting the paradigm. And to say that he's got the popular vote when only 20% or less are showing up, to me says that it's not really that popular. And why aren't Angelinos showing up to vote? And I think it's because they don't even know about candidates like you. They don't know about candidates like me. And so I think our job, more than anything, is to go out and energize people and get people excited about it. You're a very exciting option for a mayoral candidate. I want people to know about you.
It's like Battle of the Bands, you know, on Sunset Strip. You know, you have to bring your crowd. You know, I used to think like you just go there and the best band will win because the crowd, well, no, the bands are bringing their own crowds, and that's how they win. You know, so Eric, you're right, a bunch of political people, and we can get all the regular people of the city, you know, but damn, I'm telling you, I'm very frustrated. I know you're the positive love candidate, but you know, everybody with their face in the device liking pictures on Facebook of kitty cats, and you know what, people need to take their faces out of the kitty cat pictures and wake up.
It's a changing landscape out there, though. People are re-energized and I think getting re-involved, and I think there's an opportunity here in this election, maybe more than in many, many years after the Trump victory, for people to...
That's because it's people like me and you. It's like the Snoop and Dre. You know, I'm not comfortable without my hat and glasses on. I think I look more like a madman than a pop culture icon.
MWA, baby, mayors with attitude.
Yeah.
I'm Casey Kasem, live in City Hall with rapping mayoral candidate Paul-E-Tics. Paul, why don't you bust a rhyme right here in City Hall?
Well, I'm kicking it with my man Zuma Dogg at City Hall, and I gotta tell you something, we're having a ball. We didn't want to leave the voters to their fates, that's why we both became mayoral candidates.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4 to the 5, 6 in the morning, keep the city alive. It's Big ZD from the 213. Everybody know me from City TV. We got an election, as you can see, on March 7th so easily. Yeah. I can't help it if I sound like Snoop Dogg. I was born first, y'all.
Whatever he says, you better take it as wrote, and on March 7th, you better come out and vote.
Yeah, it's a Snoop and Dre of LA mayoral municipal politics, y'all. Yeah, come out to vote, y'all. Hootie hoo!
I asked you the other day, we talked about filming in City Hall. I said, can we bring the cameras in? And what did you tell me?
Yes, you can bring the cameras in thanks to me. I don't know if I said thanks to me, but
did say.
Okay, well, yeah, no, seriously, of everything, people don't realize how out of shape the city hall was from a free speech standpoint. Yeah, all these things you had to do just to walk in the door were federal violations, and you couldn't even record. They wouldn't let you record in the chambers or even neighborhood council meetings. Are you kidding me? So I had to fight, and it's so commonplace now. Yeah, I had to really put myself at risk, being surrounded by cops, challenging them. Go ahead, I dare you to arrest me. I dare you're allowed to film. You're allowed to film. Good, now I got down film saying that I can't film. Now you're in trouble. You know, all that stuff. And I'd like to thank the police and Mooski General Services. It's great.
So, you know, I'm following you on Twitter now, and just the other day, you tweeted that your campaign was going to be 100% focused on the skyscraper issue, Yes on S, and homelessness and traffic.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about why these issues are important to you and what you plan to do?
Well, I believe, and based on feedback from the community, that the issue of skyscrapers, of all the problems they cause with making it too expensive to live here, the traffic, it makes more homelessness. Just because you decide you want to put skyscrapers everywhere in the city, well, that doesn't mean that you have any more water. It doesn't mean you have any more fire response or police or rooms in the schools.
You don't have more resources to support them.
The roads don't get any wider. There's no more parking. So, you know, I heard someone on the radio today, a lady say, well, you know, when it comes to building, the sky's the limit, Nellie, the sky's the limit. She kept on saying, sky's the limit. I'm thinking, the worst metaphor. And it's like, yeah, just because you can do something. You know, I could walk up to an all-you-can-eat buffet and just eat nothing but dessert, and stuff my face in this all-you-can-eat buffet. Well, I'm allowed to. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. But then, you know, you're going to have some negative side effects.
It's a very good analogy.
So I think we really need to focus now on that because we're at a real tipping point. I'm seeing the bottom fall out. And the homeless encampments, look at this. I mean, even if you don't care about homeless people from a compassionate standpoint, if you're running a city, you can't be having everybody living on the sidewalk. It's wrong. It's of course it's a compassionate issue and a municipal managerial issue, and so it all relates to that effing skyscrapers in the sky.
What does Yes on S do? What does S do for the city?
So Yes on S will put a bottle cap on the skyscrapers. It will it will prevent them from being able to do whatever they want all over the place all the time.
Who's supporting S?
You know, all the activists, everybody. You know, everybody except Eric Garcetti.
And city council.
And city council, right. Because, you know, I guess there's no other reason to be a council member or mayor except to build high-end luxury skyscrapers. If they can't do that, oh my gosh, now I have to work on fixing the potholes and trimming the trees and fixing the homeless and building affordable housing. You know, it's like now I have to do all of that, you know what I mean?
Do you believe that if we were able to catch up and get some of the other issues that we face as a city, that then...
Listen, man, law of diffusion, I don't know. I like to think that we need a cooling off period, maybe build up certain resources and things, but then at the end of the day, the geography of the city is the geography of the city, and that's not going to change. And, you know, this is not like Manhattan, New York City, or China, where the mass transit was built first, you know, and it's all along. I just don't think geographically it's meant to be. The city's trying to do something that I don't think is in the cards, because look at the traffic. Now, people can't take it anymore, and so you're talking about just making it worse and worse and worse and worse. If we turn into a city of George Jetson, where we're able to do something about that, maybe build a second layer on the 401. I mean, I don't know what, no, I think at some point you have to stop, you know what I mean? I do. I don't think the way the cities approach in their planning, I think it's complete destruction and it needs to be stopped.
You've spoken of your 14-point plan, which was based on the work of Edward Deming, to improve efficiencies, which you believe we have to do before we can do anything else. Tell me a little bit about your plan.
Let's say, for example, you have an inspector whose job it is to, you know, write up as much violations as he can. And then you get the other guy whose job it is to make sure that there's no problems, everything's fixed. Sure. So those two. And a simple thing, you have to be able to draw a flow chart.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of inefficiencies. The bureaucracy, let's plan a meeting to plan a meeting, all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's a measurable waste. So thank you, because that is the number one thing. All the other issues are issues, but you're not going to be able to achieve any of those unless you have the management for quality and productivity.
You have to overhaul the infrastructure.
Yeah, baby, I love it.
Are you a full-time Zuma? I mean, is it a full-time dog? Is that what are you doing when you're not running for mayor, being an activist?
I used to do everything much more, and No, this sucked the life out of me. First of all, I was fighting for my income for a while. That did eventually make me homeless for a while. This kind of changed everything for me. I couldn't really go back to what I was doing once you become like a city thing, like, you know what I mean? And I can't stop, unfortunately, because of the spirit of the people. And you know, what can I tell you? It's a lousy answer.
No, you know what? You know what's great about that answer? I'm going to tell you something. Here you are. You're a guy, you don't have the means, you don't have the resources of many of these people. You admitted that you've almost been homeless to do this, and yet you coming out and showing up for the city and trying to be the change you want to see in the world is more important to you than your own welfare.
I know.
That's a beautiful thing.
I know it's a sad thing. No, it's a good thing. No, you know.
It speaks to this, which obviously, you know, is my number one. And you've got so much heart, and I love that. And I'm glad of it.
Thanks, bro. It's the best to meet you and to have this opportunity.
What about your music? I love your music.
That's what I have.
I mean, come on, the coconut song is the best thing ever happened. Gonna drink the coconut.
And I like the coconut. Gonna drink the coconut. Gonna drink the juice all up. You got excellent acoustics in City Hall, don't you, y'all? How about, oh, well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, staying alive.
I don't think anyone in the history of City Hall has ever heard anything like you before. What do you think about my idea of trying to bring love into politics? Do you think that's something that we need?
It's funny that you say to bring in, as though it's not there anymore. Yes, of course. I mean, everything has to come.
Do you think it's that we're seeing love in politics these days?
No. Are you kidding me? I don't think any decisions based on love in the city election, the process of the city.
Shouldn't it be?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's supposed to be the fundamental thing. You know, starting from love, you have to be practical and whatnot. But you know, I mean, these people start off about not even considering anything like that. You know, it's just about how much money is to be made on this and at any expense, and it doesn't matter the side effects. Obviously, look at the city now. So briefly, tell me what you mean more specifically about, you know, bringing love to politics.
Sure. I believe when running a campaign that we should be loving the other candidates, that we should be treating this as something we're in together. If we have differences of opinion, that's okay. That's what makes us different candidates. But I respect you. I love you. I love you for being out here. I love you for doing this work. I'm new to this scene. You've been here for 10 years. I have so much admiration.
I'd just like to say, I'm not big enough of a person to say that I would extend my feeling about you toward every other candidate.
If we strip away the discussion about what I hate about everyone else and start focusing on, hey, that's a great idea.
Oh, no, I agree. Oh, no, that's
then
great.
Suddenly we have only talking about the issues.
Okay, no, you know what? Excuse me, but that you helped drive the perspective home. Of course. All I'm frustrated about when I watch these debates, national or local, they're all attacking each other about personal things and
yes,
nothing
exactly.
to do.
Exactly.
And you know what? You didn't talk one damn thing about the water
Bingo.
or the schools or the kids or the anything.
Bingo.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about the issues, and I really try to do that. I'm all for that. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And you're feeling the love?
Thank you. Thanks for clarifying, bro.
Actually,
I learned from this guy because...
Well, I'm learning from you.
Yes, well, it's good this way because we're a little bit, we're very much similar, but, you know, Absolutely. You see the styles a little bit, you know, but, like, that's why it's a great match.
That's what's beautiful about democracy, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And that's what we want to encourage people to understand, and that's why we're doing this series, to get people to say, hey, look at all these wonderful choices you have. You know, there are plenty of people who are going to resonate far more with you than they will with me.
Right, and I told you that you're going to reach a lot of people that won't pay attention otherwise, you know, to the suit and tie candidates.
Sure.
You know,
well, I'm wearing a suit and tie, but...
Oh, you know what? He's the only guy that wears a suit and tie that doesn't come off as a suit and tie candidate. You know, look, his creative flair, look at the artisticness, and so people are going to love him, and he's talking about love which isn't being spoken about, so you're going to bring people to the, you know, forum and to raise awareness as well. It's great.
2021, it might be a dog Amore platform. It might be a real campaign. Yeah.
Paul, what if we're the ones in the runoff instead of one of us with Eric? We always assume it's going to be Eric. Hey, you know what? Let me just say something. If everybody would vote for me that wanted me, and if everybody vote for Paul that liked Paul, then we would win. Think about it. I'm serious. If everybody that would, people are gravitate to the money and to who they think is going to win, so they can say they voted for that person. They don't even like the person, you know? So really, people, not to sound like Martin Sheen, but vote your conscience.
Vote your heart. That's what I'm telling people.
Yeah, vote your heart, y'all.
Vote for love and love your vote.
You can't lose with that platform. You can't lose. Okay, print it up. It's the runoff, y'all, between us two. We are in the runoff.
So, Zuma, anything else you want to say?
The main thing, yes on S. Yes on S. Vote yes on S. March 7th.
How do the people find out more about your incredible campaign?
It is incredible. Thank you. It's not just a campaign, it's an incredible campaign, and it's at zumadogg.com. ZUMADOGG, because I'm twice the G of Eric Garcetti.
And how do I stay in touch with you?
Did I give you my business card?
I don't have one.
Hold on. Here you go. It's a little bit over the top.
Perfect. All right, let's get out of here, huh?